Knitting with polkas. That's what they're like. It took a bit of getting used to, but I have this very thick, like rope, like wool. And the only thing I could think of to make with it was a blanket. And it's quite heavy. There's quite a few balls gone into that, what I've done. I still have a few balls left in here to finish the blanket. I don't know whether there's enough to finish this row on here, but I'll keep on to the end. It gets very hard to push up and down the needle. That's my last few stitches on there. I hope there's enough in here to finish this row before I start on another one. I'll keep on. You might go to the end of the row. At least I can just join another ball on the end of the row here instead of in the middle of the row, which I've had to do with all the other ones because it's too much to waste to keep taking to the end and losing that bit of the wool to make sure I've got enough to finish the blanket. Oh yes, that's took me to the end. That's not too much to waste to cut off. I'll probably have to stitch that in on the end because you cannot like knot it and things like that. But that's my that's how much I've done of it. I'm just doing garter stitch because that's the easiest thing to do with it actually. So that's enough of that for now. And it's quite, I was actually sweating when this was on my knee. It's going to be lovely and warm in the winter. It is. You can stretch it like and put your fingers through it actually, through the stitches. I don't know what size these are. My granddaughter gave these to me quite some time ago, and I've never had any use for them until I got this wool here. So I don't know, it doesn't even tell you on there what size they are. Probably about a 20 or something like that. And now I'm doing some crochet. I'm on with the bag, which is quite, I think I've got about 8 inches done. I have a tape measure here, I'll measure it. Because I do, it measures about 10 inches. That's from the bottom of the base up to the not quite 8 inches. I think it might be 8 inches. I'm pulling it a little bit there. It's about 8 inches. So I have another couple of inches to do. And then I'm going to put on the 2 handle parts for it. And then this will be finished. And then I can sort out other the bits of things I have to do. Because I have one of my pouches. You can see pins in it. I've got it pinned. I'm going to pull my sewing machine out. I've got that one pinned with the lining in it. It's like a little, you can't see it, you have to hold it very close. It's like a little flower on that one. So I've got that one pinned ready to sew. Then I'm going to pin this one. That'll have bees on. Little busy bees and flowers. So I'm going to pin that one before I drag the sewing machine out so I can get that one stitched as well. And then I have the linings for the two notion pouches. You put them inside out in the bag the way they are, because when you fasten them down, that's what they're going to look like inside. I have the zip pin. I've started pinning the zip because I do the zip first. I put the zip in first before I put the lining in. I put the lining in after I put the zip in. It's all done by hand because it's easier to do by hand. And then I have that one for the other notion pouch. A little bit red flower, more flowers on there. So I have to sort that one out as well, get the zip. I have the zips there for it. I'm going to put the zip on as well. So that's those jobs that I have to do, but I'm doing this at the moment, which, as it is in the morning, it's not quite 11 o'clock at the moment. They're doing this, and then I'm going to be doing some of the black and white blanket for another couple of hours. Probably I'll do a little bit more of this, finish it off by 11, and then be for an hour, about an hour and a half before my lunch on the blanket. And then I'll have to sort something out to take to my bingo tonight, because I haven't got anything small that I can knit. Because when I take stuff to, because it is my bingo tonight, when I take stuff for the bingo, I like it to be something small. You know, I don't want to take something large like my own cardigan or something like that. It'd be a little child's thing, which I'll have a hunt through my patterns and sort something out that I'm going to take with me to do during the break. So that'll be another thing I'll be starting on when I figure out what I'm going to take to the bingo. So that's just a little bit of this and that. And my last crochet project for today, the Newcastle United Football Club blanket, which is, as I'm doing the black, it's best done in the daylight. And I am using my downstairs computer, but the sun is starting to come round. It'll be shining through my window before long. We have got sunshine. Doesn't look it on this video, but once the sunshine starts coming into this room, it keeps going, the picture keeps going light and dark. The automatic auto, whatever you call it, brightness affects the thing. So I'm doing probably there's 10, I'm doing 10 crochet rows of each colour. I did 10 there, 10 black, 10 white, 10 black, 10 white. I'm going to do 10 black, if I can manage it today. And then I'll have to start looking through all my patterns. I may pick a board pattern to do something small to take to the bingo with me. I'll have to have a hunt through my patterns and see which one I might do for a change instead of doing my own. Or I'll look in my book, which I have down here beside me, have a look and see any that I've started doing patterns for and that I maybe haven't got many sizes done on the smaller ones. I'll have to have a look and see what I have. But I do like to do something from a boat pattern now and again, you know, like Wendy or King Cole or something like that. Like the last little one I did, that was a King Cole pattern. I've got quite a lot of King Cole patterns. I'll have to have a look through and pick myself something that's small to do, because I don't take anything big to the bingo, because I have to pack it up into some sort of bag and that to take, and I just take a small bag with me, so a small little bit of knitting's enough. So I'm going to do what I can of this until that's when I've had my lunch. I started this, forget what time I started this, but I'm going to have my lunch and do a little bit after lunch. So that's the first row I'm doing over the weight, and I haven't put the little bit black in. I'll have to put that in before I come back across the row so that the end is hidden. I put the end and I just go across a few stitches, that way it gets rid of the end. So I'm going to have to make sure I do that before I come to the end of that row. Now I even put a stitch marker in there. You can see there. So I know which side, because it's very hard to count up the number of rows. Because I was trying to count them from just looking at them before, and I wasn't sure whether I had 10 or 9. I thought, well, it's an even number, it's going to end up on the same side all the time, so that's what I put the stitch marker in for. So I've made up my mind what I'm taking to the bingo. I'm going to take that one. I'm just going to do the little cardigan, the matinee coat, and the little bonnet. I'm not doing the booties. If I do it's enough to do booties, I'll work some booties out, the more modern type, because, you know, they are the old-fashioned type, really, with the cords in to tie them. They don't do them like that nowadays, but that's the one I'm going to do. It's a Sirdar pattern, and I had 3 balls of this. Don't know whether you can see it. It's got a... You can just make it out there. It's got a bit of glitter in it. I thought it would look nice on this little cardigan, so I've started. This is the back. It's going to be quite a flared little thing, because there's 79 stitches on for the back, and that's the way it's knitting anyway. So it does go, you know, that's matinee coats are like, they were quite flared, and then they go up to the yoke, where there's a yoke on that one. You can see the yoke on there. You do lose a lot of stitches when you come up to start on the yoke. You have to get rid of a lot of stitches to bring the stitches down to what you would normally do for shaping. But anyway, like I'm saying, that's what I'm going to take to the bingo. I've just started it off, and the sun is starting to come round. It's coming into this room, so if I do any more videos, I'm going to have to do them on my... Well, I'm going upstairs into my workroom anyway to do some more work up there. So that's what I'll be doing tonight when I go to the bingo. And I'll just put that down for now anyway. I just did enough to start it off. I don't want to have to start it off and have to keep looking at the pattern for the stitches, because once I've done a couple of rows, what I have to do in the stitches to make that little scallop part, you know, there's like pearl stitches on the right side to make that pattern, and that it sticks in my mind. I don't have to keep have to keep looking at the pattern. Once I've done a couple of rows, it stays in my mind, and then I don't need to look at the pattern again. I know exactly what I have to do. So I'm putting that down for now anyway. That was I just started that off to have something started off for the bingo. but I'm back doing my crochet. I'm going to have my lunch in a minute. It's a bit later than what I intended, but because I started off with that little matinee coat, didn't I? You know, I get so bored just with one thing. I like lots of different things. That keeps your imagination going, like, I can't just do one thing and carry on till it's finished before I start something else, like a lot of people do. That's the way a lot of people like to do things, but that's not me. Even before I started doing things on YouTube, I always had lots of things doing. If I was knitting for my kids when they were little, having three of them, I usually had three things on the go, and I might have been knitting something for myself as well and something for my husband. I'd do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But anyway, I hope I'm going to be lucky at the bingo tonight, like I have been for the last couple of weeks. And how lucky we were at our quiz on Tuesday night, like, because we won the quiz on Tuesday as well. So, had a lot of luck. So anyway, that's this little video for now. So thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.